Hey, what's going on? Welcome back. This is JT, and today I get a chance to go over one of the last of a legend. As we all know, the 5th gen 4Runner, after feels like a lifetime, has kind of been this body style. Toyota's doing something about giving us a 6th generation 4Runner. Obviously, there's a lot of mixed reviews, people's excitement for certain things, concerns over other things. But Toyota obviously is going to do what they're going to do. Obviously, we're at the mercy of them changing, just like everything else is going on in our world right now. But the redeeming thing is, what we're looking at right now is a classic. This 5th gen 4Runner really kind of embodies what the practical daily driver comforts look like in a vehicle that's also just as rugged and equipped to really go anywhere you want to go, with part-time 4-wheel drive, 8-track, of course, a tow package that's standard across all 4Runners. Pretty incredible out-of-the-box ground clearance for more adventure flexibility beyond just going off pavement onto gravel or dirt roads. This car can really go and do anything. And with the SR5 Premium trim, it's truly the best bang for your buck when it comes to the 4Runner. And a lot of that has to do with its legacy of greatness when it comes to dependability. So when you step into the luxury side of the trim, you're able to pick up a lot more than just a car that you can just drive anywhere and it won't give you any mechanical headaches. So right out of the gate, we'll get to the meat and potatoes of why people love this car so much, and it's the power plant that makes this whole thing possible. So we have been looking at the same 4-liter V6 basically since 2003. So a lot of this is going to look pretty familiar. Obviously, in 2010, they did a body style change, and then 2014, they did a refresh, and then 2020, they did a head unit and safety feature install, which has been pretty awesome for the car. But this really is the same. Batteries in the same spot, oil changes and things like that are easy to do. If you're the kind of person that likes to work on your car yourself, there's still components about this vehicle that are just like what the 4Runner was years and years ago. But it also picked up, some newer things like standard safety sense with a pre-collision system, adaptive cruise control, lane departure, rear cross traffic alert, and blind spot monitoring. It picks up a couple extra things as well, like roadside recognition. So if you travel somewhere new and you go to a new area and you want to see the speed limit for the area, this sensor right over here is actually going to capture road signs and will show you speed limit signs for the area that you're in. One thing it also picks up too is Apple CarPlay and Android Auto for the interior, which truly in its own way makes the difference beyond the power plant. So getting in and starting the 4Runner, push button start, and you start right up. I mean, Toyota keeps it so cut and dry and very, very user-friendly. It's very mechanical in a lot of ways, but still has a touch of modern experiences for customers to take advantage of, including, the everyday driver or off-roader. So you have your temperature control right over here, fan control here. You still have a dial to put what kind of mode you want the air to be in. Air conditioning, which definitely not going to be mad about going ahead and turning it on now. Of course, you can recirculate the air. You have a front and rear defroster along with heated mirrors. So you have a lot of options as far as being able to really enjoy the car and be comfortable from a day to day. One thing that this one picks up, because it has the premium package, which has been such an upgrade for people, you pick up a heated steering wheel. The heated seats are standard, so that part is going to be given. And of course, our favorite switch for our favorite window, and I'll show you that here in a second. This has always been here, but to pick up heated steering wheel with it was already a plus. But you also pick up this button over here, the view indicator. So when we press this actually takes this screen and makes it even more helpful than just having a great backup camera. So you're probably wondering why you have two screens. That's actually because you picked up a 360-degree camera view in the 4Runner with that premium package. So that view button presents this screen. What's great is you get practical, real-time driving data that'll help you in literally any situation you find yourself in. When you're trying to park into a tight spot, or you're trying to look forward, right, and figure out how to get the departure off the road and onto the sand or onto the rocks, you're not going to have to question yourself. There's even an option in your viewfinder here where you can actually see your steering angle. So you go over here, you can now see your angle. So if you're looking and you're trying to figure out, see how the wheels are turning as I rotate the steering wheel. If you're really in an iffy position, you're trying to figure out where to turn your tires, that viewfinder with the 360 camera together really offers the most confidence a driver could have when you're driving somewhere that's, you know, any situation, whether it's parking or off-roading. You can really use this tool to your benefit. So of course that's available. You of course have the outlet in the back, which I'll show you here in just a little bit. You can actually control the wattage that comes out of it and even turn it off so it's not ready. You do have a de-icer for your wiper blades, which is definitely convenient, but at its core, this is, you know, the 4Runner experience. Of course, you have your smart high beams over here, and right in front, we have our low beam adjustments and our fog lights. So all of the buttons, all the switches are going to be pretty consistent. You'll pick up 2 extra buttons down here for the safety feature management. Super cut and dry. So once you initiate cruise, you would turn it on, press down on this to set your speed, and then this button right here is going to present 3 boxes. Those are going to be indicative of how many car lengths worth of distance you get between you and traffic. So whether you're driving in the city or on the highway, this car will maintain a safe distance no matter how many boxes you press. So from 3 car lengths to all the way down to a car length, it gives you a lot of flexibility. And if you don't like that kind of cruise control, press and hold that same button here that you use to initiate it, and hold it, and it'll turn it into the constant speed. So you have a couple options there. Lane departure, you press that, it's going to look for the paint lines in the road, make sure you stay center on the road. Of course, you can see, you know, you have a digital speedometer option over here, so you can actually see, you know, on a full tank of gas what you're looking at, your digital speedometer, miles per gallon, and everything in between on that view. Of course, this does support AM, FM, and XM radio, and when you plug in your phone, whether you have Apple or Android, you still get navigation from your phone. And it also mirrors a lot of apps, which are super helpful too. But what's really clever too is if you didn't have your phone, or it was dead, or you didn't have service, you still have onboard navigation. It is a trial. You get it free for 3 years, and then you decide you want to take advantage of it or not. It's cloud-based, so it gives you pretty real-time data like what you would have on your phone. So just keep in mind that you still have the option of not spending on a subscription to plug in your phone and get the same real-time data you would have gotten here for free because you have a phone. Yeah, it's really intuitive. There's different ways to kind of make it your own too, so you can make the displays lighter, darker, time adjustments, Bluetooth. You can have up to 5 phones paired on it, so still retains a lot of creature comforts. Your 4-wheel drive switch is right over here, so it is really easy to access. So if you're getting ready to go off-road or grips just in question, you have options there. They make a good use of the space. You have really deep storage compartments for not just the driver door, but all 4 doors have a lot of storage options for water bottles, snacks. If you're taking schoolwork with you or work with you and you need to make room for storage, you have those options. Creative storage right here. Your hood release is right here, and then your parking brake is actually right over here. It's still a physical pedal. Getting out of the front driver's seat, we can hop in the passenger seat and then take a look at the back, and then the storage in the back, and we will have covered just about everything. So still have tons of room in the back seat. I'll make my way into the front passenger seat, because what's really nice with the SR5 Premium, both the driver and front passenger seat get power seats, so you can really adjust it. I mean, as a relatively tall person, I'm really short. I'm 5'9", 5'10" on a good day, and even with the seat, you know, I have a lot of flexibility to move up, back, and I have tilt, so I can still make it comfortable. Because with this seat configuration, I have that kind of legroom. And then getting in the back, I still have tons and tons of room. Without my knees, they're not even touching. They're not close to touching. I have my own air vent back here, and I have a charging station. So just in these seats, you've got 3 phone chargers and 2 12-volt outlets. And then you get into the back, and you have even more. So you can actually get more creative with the storage. So it's really easy. Pull this little lever right here, seat comes up, and then you can also tilt the headrest down with that little switch there. and now you have a flat storage space. So if you're moving furniture, if you're going on a longer trip and you have some bags and you want to make room for things you may be bringing back home, you can now take this space and make it pretty damn flat. So if you need room, you have it. This little privacy cover actually comes out, so it's spring load, so you can just pull, it's a tension release, and it comes right out. This was that outlet I told you about earlier. So if you ever like to tailgate or adventure or have power for your adventures, whether they be on or off road, you have that outlet right next to another 12-volt outlet. So you really are going to have to pack a lot to really max out what this car is capable of. I mean, you have creative storage here in the fender well, your jack for your spare tire right here, so you have a lot of options there. Of course, what's really nice too is it does come from the factory with a tow package, so it gives you a lot of options there for towing and adventuring. This seat also goes down, so you have a lot of options there as well as far as maximizing your overall storage space. You press this here, and it actually folds this seat down flat, just like what you had over there. Of course, it has crossbars as an available feature. It already has the running rails. You just have to get the bars for it. Running boards. This car out of the box doesn't have them, but Toyota has been around with this configuration for so long. You get way more options for customization and making it your own. So you can have tube steps, Predator tube steps, and I'll shoot you some options if you reach out to us. Be happy to shoot you over the different options you could take a look at. The lumbar support for the driver's seat here, so you still have that point of customization as a driver. And all things being equal, we're still in an SUV that many families and people choose as their everyday driver, given its versatility. Obviously, I'd love the opportunity to show you this car in person, so if you have any questions or need anything, don't be afraid to reach out. And the dealership that had this vehicle is Mechanicsville Toyota, family-owned dealer group. We have a few different dealerships in the area, so Mechanicsville Toyota is the only Toyota franchise in the group. So with, great inventory, great pricing, couldn't find a better place to buy a car. They offer 4 years of free oil changes and tire rotations. So Toyota pays for the first 2 years, and they actually pick up the next 2 years. So it's a really good deal because all the Toyotas use synthetic oil, which is part of the recipe to the magic to keep these cars running forever. So put a bunch of money back in your pocket, and you get to service it with a President Award-winning dealership. So, something to think about. I hope this would be a great option for you and your family. Let me know in the comments if this is the trim that you would pick or if you choose something else. Thanks, guys.